Hello everyone, my name is John with Section 8 is Great, and this is a Section 8 true Section 8 story, and it's going to be featuring myself. I'm going to try to bring you up in this next 5 minutes to tell you how I got started and everything and how I got to the point where I'm at right now. Now, first of all, let me tell you that I wasn't always financially free. Didn't have everything planned out to me because when I turned 18, the first thing I did was run to the Army. I'm from California, from a city called Compton, California. So the first thing I did was either do what everybody else does or I had to make a decision, so I chose to go to the Army. After a 3-year period, I got out, came back to my neighborhood, saw everything was the same. I enrolled in college and I had some college credits while I was in the Army, enrolled in California State University and started going to college. After I graduated from college, I had a regular job. I had an apartment. I had a regular life, just like anyone else. Since I never lived in a house, I didn't know how to purchase a house. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what the next step was. I just knew I was hungry to do something. So I tried to educate myself like I want you guys to educate yourself. So at that time, I started taking real estate courses with the local community college at nighttime and things like that, because the only thing my purpose was to make sure that I understood how to buy a house. So I was willing to do all these classes just so I can learn how to buy a house. Anyway, by the time I got my salesperson's license or getting close to it, I used a realtor and he helped me close on my first condo. I was so happy at that time, but still things wasn't great. I saw other people having money. I started finding out more things, and what happened was that I was working at a job, and guess what they decided to do? A job that I thought that I was going to have. I thought that they said they was going to fire me. So anyway, I went on with my wife and we went on vacation because I was trying to use my vacation time because I knew I was going to quit or get fired or something like that. And she told me that she was pregnant with my child. I had to do something really quick, y'all. What can I do? So I didn't even know anything about unemployment or anything else like that or anything. I just knew that I had a child coming and I need to step my game up. And that's what this thing out. Then I found out when I was having my child that I can do almost anything in life. And that's why I want you guys to understand that you need a why in your life. So during that time when my wife was pregnant, she was still kind of working and still couldn't, but it was up to me to make sure that everything was taken care of. So I started working at this company selling, knocking on doors, selling houses, knocking on doors, how can I say, doing door-to-door knocking on foreclosure houses. It was a company in Beverly Hills, California. They taught me everything that I needed to know about selling houses or buying houses or foreclosures. I was so good at it, at the first 2 weeks, I made them $200,000. They paid me a $6,000 commission. They said, "Oh, John, you're doing real great. You made $6,000. At the end of the 2 weeks, I felt I knew enough to do this on my own self, by my own self. So while they took me to the top of the hills in Palos Verdes, California, I went to the bottom of this hill in this city called San Pedro and used the same principles that they taught me, and I started doing it for myself. Next thing I know, we're starting to make a lot of money because I'm no longer work for that company. I'm doing it for myself. I'm knocking on about 20 doors a day. My whole goal was it took me about 100 contacts to get with people before I got one person to let me buy their house. This was during the boom around 2004, 2003. Anyway, the market went up. I started making money hand over fist. This was a buyer's market. So I would beat people, list the property, sell them, flip and make a lot of money and then all that. Then I moved to Illinois. When I moved to Illinois in the Chicago area, I had to do things differently. So I was sitting on some cash, but the profits weren't the same. So instead of doing a buyer's market, I started thinking about people are talking about these properties are not any good. They're such low prices. But I knew the properties were kind of worth more than that. They were more than $15,000. So with the cash I had, I started buying properties outright with cash. People were telling me that you should get a loan. I said, no way I should get a loan. I can buy these and start making a profit right away. And that's what I teach you in my book, Section 8 is Great. Anyway, after started buying more and more properties, learning from how to do it, learning all the techniques about Section 8, because you got to realize I knew how to buy properties in the buyer's market, but this was a sell and hold strategy that I was implementing right now. Anyway, I figured out the way to do it and I started making a monthly income from it. Started doing one house at a time, until my monthly income came up to where I needed to go. After I started making money, I bought another franchise, which was a tax franchise, and started doing taxes and started having people, having multiple locations. But I still kept on growing. The catalyst for all the change was me first buying Section 8 homes. And even in the bad time, in bad months, Section 8 homes have given me enough cash. I'm telling you, it can work for you. Today, I still cherish my Section 8 homes because on the first of the month, I get money in the bank. I want you to be that way. My beginnings were very humble.